All right, so I was lurking around Paris Milan's page, and I'm gonna like this simply for the fact that she's a baddie. But Paris said, "Can we please salute CNAs? I remember giving some rides. I did Uber, and hearing about their work days has me traumatized. How do they withstand so much? Maybe it's a Cali thing where they are overworked. I don't know, but I have the utmost respect. Don't y'all love how I read something the way it was meant to be read with the same tone and pause and all that? Holla at your girl for going to school. But anyway, the reason why I'm making this video is because the comment section is hilarious. Over almost 10,000 people, liked her post, and almost 1,000 comments. So I just want to spread some light on this because one thing that I feel like we should talk about more are jobs, because that's something that most people have to do. And I believe it's relevant. All right. Now, I have a nurse friend, and I hear different things. Like, I know some people that are real CNAs, unlike my ex VIP. No, she was probably a CNA, my ex VIP, my Christy, who claimed to be a nurse. Okay, whatever. And then you have the CNAs, Certified Nursing Assistants. Now, I'm trying to put some respect on their name because I don't look down on home health aides, CNAs, all of those little texts, But if it don't say RN, that's a whole different other argument. I am so tired of people that haven't earned a title still putting the title in their name, like queen. Just because you're black doesn't automatically make you a queen. Understand there's a lot of thotties out here, a lot of thottlers. You feel me? But that's a whole different other video too. So I just wanted to shine light on these random arguments happening in the comment section. This is another episode of Random Arguments. Your girl at Tiffany M. Draper came up with this. Basically, if I'm minding my business being nosy and I'm scrolling on somebody's page and I run across an argument, I'm going to spotlight it. All right. So basically the argument is CNAs do not work as hard as nurses. But so on the other hand, I hear some nurses saying CNAs don't do nothing. But then the CNAs are clapping back in the comment section saying, hey, wait a minute, I do most everything. I used to work as a CNA. It's a very unappreciated, underpaid, and physically taxing job. Okay. I really think they get hate because it's mostly black female CNAs. And another thing, I'm hating that. Stop saying you only working hard because you black. Because depending on what field you work in, people of all races have it hard. Like, especially when you're working in like the customer service area, like fast food, grocery stores, you're on your feet 8, 9, 10 hours a day or more. Cut the crap. You think they're going to say, oh, you're white or you're Mexican or you're non-black, so we're going to take it easy on you. No, bruh. Stop it. All right. My mom's a CNA. I give her so much respect for what she does. This looks like a laser hair removal place. What? They actually do everything at the hospitals and homes. They deserve much more. Now, if you're a real RN or nurse, comment your experience. Do you feel like CNAs do quote unquote all the work? Because that's not even possible to say for the simple fact that they're not qualified to do certain things. You see what I'm saying? They couldn't prescribe medications or do surgeries, or some of them can't even. Let's just keep reading. All right. Worst job ever, hands down. They should definitely get paid more than what they do. But of course, those that do the grunt work get the end of the stick. No pun intended. This is a gorgeous though. My thing is, if you haven't earned the credentials, going to school, doing that type of stuff, why should you get as paid as much as somebody who took the time to go to school and learn the things that put them on a higher level as far as, on the job market? Not that they're better than you, as a human being. I was a CNA from 2014 to 2020. I just became a registered nurse this year. CNAs are truly overlooked and underworked, and it sucks when you are overworked. I'm gonna say you are a CNA and have to work with a lazy nurse. Literally makes your shift 10 times harder. I'm glad I'm no longer a CNA, but I appreciate the times that I was one because I value them so much more now that I'm a nurse and they have my respect as a nurse. If you're working with a good CNA, because some can be very mean and bitter, just like some nurses, you better appreciate them. Shout out to CNAs. Many will become LPNs. Many will become RNs. Many will get their BSN. Many will become nurse practitioners. Many manage these labor-intensive jobs with children at home. Many get insulted by men who they themselves have no marketable skills nor education. Many take a lot of from nurse bosses but still get the job done. You are appreciated. You are essential. I appreciate the sentiment behind this post, but Paris, you have always advocate for black women to value themselves and not be mules. I don't think it's a respectable thing for black women to become CNAs. I was a CNA before, and in that line of work, we go through daily abuse and racism. It's not okay. We should not tolerate it, promote it, or salute it. Black women deserve better positions. Now, this is one thing I hate about this whole pro-black thing, because it's like, okay, so are you trying to insinuate that white people should deserve those type of positions? Mexicans, Indians? Like, why do we always feel like, oh, this is beneath a black person? This is, if you feel like something is underpaid and you're overworked, shouldn't that position not be good for any race? But because you're black, you shouldn't have to do it. Like, get the freak out of here with that bull crap. So Paris said, I'm actually shocked that you would draw a comparison to someone working a job to me saying not to mule yourself in an unrequited personal relationship for the sake of your sanity and resources. Black women have no incentive muling themselves for men or people in general who don't give about them, but a job is taxing and exhausting. Even owning your own business is so very difficult, and you work nonstop if you have a lucrative one. Maybe others feel the same way you do about the mule comparison, but to me, it isn't even comparable. Apples and oranges, sis. Man. What people need to realize is how hard you work is dependent upon your skill level. You cannot have a degree and then have to work through temp agencies and get these manual labor jobs, or just going direct hire with these manual labor jobs where you're standing up all day. Sometimes you're not in a climate controlled environment. I mean, you're working hard nonstop. Or you can take the time to go to college, get a degree, and get you a desk job or something like that. And don't tell me everybody can't afford college, because it's called FAFSA. Financial aid, loans. You cannot be denied for a loan for college based on your credit. So most people just don't want to put in the time and effort. So, because I'm hearing some nurses tell me CNAs don't do nothing, and then other times they're saying CNAs do it all. Like, what? So, let me see. For the job CNA we don't get paid enough or even appreciated enough. It's crazy lifting 300-pound people left and right. Without CNA, nurses wouldn't have a job. Like, we play a huge role in the healthcare field and don't get paid enough for it or even respected for it. Thank you for this post, by the way. But yeah, we are overworked everywhere in this pandemic. It's crazy, but we are hanging in there. Shout out to CNAs, home health aides, nursing assistants, all that. Why do you feel like you deserve to get paid as much as a nurse when you don't have a degree? Like the nurse, nurses put in anywhere from 3 to 4, sometimes 5 or 6 years to get their degree, and you can go get a certification in a couple of weeks or a couple of months. Why do you feel like you're entitled to the same amount of pay? I just don't understand. Now, I do know that, if you're working harder as far as standing up more and doing all that stuff in these low paid jobs, I understand it's hard, but then that's up to you to go out and get a degree or something, or have the experience to be able to apply for a job that requires a degree. Because, for the qualifications, if you don't have a degree, they'll say, well, you need 5-6 years experience to make up for the lack of the education. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't want to be hard on people, but it just is what it is, man. So you can't complain about something when you're the reason why you're not being paid as much. So to me, we should give props to the nurses as well, the RNs, because they're working on the front lines. They're essential workers. But I understand. But you should spotlight them because they work even harder because they're qualified to do more things. Ooh, child. I'm here for it, though. I'm here for it. Let me know what y'all think.